Cruising in retirement is different. You're not rushing anymore. You're looking for comfort, for connection, and for the right pace. Today I'll show you how to choose the cruise that fits your retirement lifestyle. Hi everybody, I'm Dan with the Retirement Shift, and today we're going to break down cruise length, ship size, and the itineraries. We'll talk about some of that stuff. So you can pick the cruise that matches how you like to travel. If you find value in this video, I'd appreciate a thumbs up. Maybe you hit the subscribe button. It helps me create more content that's useful for you. One of the reasons retirees fall in love with cruising is because it removes so much of the stress that comes with traditional travel. You unpack once. You're not flying in and out of airports every other day. Everything is walkable and accessible, and you get to choose your pace, whether it's busy, relaxed, social, or quiet. And here's the part I love. Cruising gives you connection without pressure. You can meet people at dinner, at a show, or on a shore excursion, where you can just enjoy the peace and quiet of the ocean as it slips past. It's your choice. Nobody will judge you for how you spend your vacation. So what's the right cruise length? 3 to 5 days? If you've never cruised before, if you're nervous about trying it, a 3 to 5 day cruise is a great way to test the waters. It's a low commitment, it's usually affordable, and it gives you a feel for what ship life is like. A 7-day cruise, that's kind of the sweet spot for retirees. The first and last days of the cruise are kind of lost because of embarkation and the disembarkation process at the beginning and at the end of the cruise. So a 7-day cruise gives you enough time to relax and explore without feeling worn out. 10 to 14 day cruises are actually my personal favorite. You get a wonderful mix of sea days and ports, and you start to settle into a rhythm. You get more value per day, and you really feel like you've escaped. 15 or more days. 15-day cruises, maybe it's a transatlantic crossing or a repositioning cruise or sailings from the mainland out to Hawaii and back. They can be magical if you enjoy long stretches at sea, but they're not for everyone. You need to enjoy the journey as much as the destination. So now what about choosing the right size ship? There's a wide variety. The largest passenger ships hold over 7,000 passengers. We're going to break it down into groups. So 4 to 7,000, 4 to 7,500 passenger size ships. They're big ships. They're floating resorts. There's tons of entertainment. There's dining, there's activities, all kinds of stuff to do on board. But they also mean more walking, more crowds, and longer lines. They're great though for active retirees. Mid-size ships are ships that hold 2,000 to 3,000 passengers, and they're actually my favorite. Mid-size ships are the sweet spot for most retirees. And like I said, they're actually my personal favorite. Enough to do without feeling overwhelming. They're easier to navigate, and they generally have a much more relaxed atmosphere. Small ships are, say, 2,000 passengers and under. They're quite intimate generally. They're quiet. They're upscale. On some of them, you will get personalized service. There's enrichment activities, but they are pricier and they have fewer entertainment options. So whichever one of those fits your style, think about it. The next thing we're going to kind of kick around is where is a good place to sail. The Caribbean is obvious. The Caribbean it's warm, it's simple, it's low stress, it's perfect for first-time cruisers. It's very common for first-time cruisers to take maybe a 3 or 4 or 5 day cruise from Miami or Fort Lauderdale to the Bahamas and back. Another very popular one is Alaska. It's a favorite for retirees. Stunning scenery, wildlife, and a very relaxed pace. What about a bucket list cruise? Maybe it's to Hawaii. My personal one, I have a trip planned for October and November of this year to Hawaii. And the cruises, there's a couple different options. You can cruise from the mainland to Hawaii. That usually is about maybe a 2-week cruise. You sail from the mainland, you have several sea days. You get to Hawaii and you sail around Hawaii and then return. There's another option which I'm taking part in, which is a 7-night cruise from Honolulu that island hops around the islands, and then after 7 days you're back in Honolulu and you can fly back home. That's my idea of a bucket list cruise. What about Canada and New England? They're calm and they're very beautiful. Beautiful scenery, calm waters, and amazing fall colors. Maybe Europe and the Mediterranean. They're full of historic ports and incredible beauty. You can sail from Spain or Italy and explore the region and pair it maybe with a land tour. Run over to Rome or Venice, someplace like that. Then there's the Transatlantic or repositioning cruises. If you love sea days and a shipboard experience, consider 10 to 14 day transatlantic or repositioning cruises. You board on one side of the ocean and you sail to the other side, and there's generally very few stops along the way. A lot of retirees love this. It gives you a real chance to be social and explore the ship. What's my personal recommendation? If you're new to cruising, I recommend starting with a 7-day cruise, and either to the Caribbean or to Alaska. Pick a mid-sized ship. It's the perfect balance of comfort and pace and value. Whether it's snow-capped mountains, glaciers, and whales, or soft white sand and turquoise water and a margarita in your hand, you're going to enjoy the experience, and you might just get hooked on cruising. What kind of cruise fits your lifestyle? Short and relaxed, or long and adventurous? Tell me in the comments. Your experience might be the help someone needs to plan their very own cruise. I'm Dan with the Retirement Channel again, and thanks for stopping by.